go.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
All set to go, Dave?
What's up, everybody? Having a few technical difficulties right here. Getting on the Aircast here. Chris, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. Doing great. Apparently our guests can't hear us or hear me and Bree, so you're going to kind of take the ball here in a little while. Everybody will get the gist here, but
it is always something. It is always something. But let's kick off this show. Right, because the Big Play Reflog show is brought to you by ShackNews.com. Shack News, your go-to for gaming news, covers all your gaming content needs. Right now, they have a preview of the highly anticipated Final Fantasy VII Remake. Make sure to check them out at Shack Smash Tournament Series coming up here. Shack News hosting their very own Super Smash Brothers competition. Starts in starts in March 20th and 21st in Austin, Texas. Top 8 players taking home a part of a $20,000 prize pool. Go check them out on Twitter, Shack News, because when it comes to gaming, there is only one site to visit, shacknews.com.
Hi, everyone. Tim Kinzer from NBA Jam and NFL Blitz. You're listening to the best podcast on the air, Boom Shakalaka.
Okay, do you need medical attention? What is wrong?
I don't know. I ain't no goddamn doctor.
Free Shakalaka. Reflog. It's just golfer backward. Boom Shakalaka.
Welcome to the Big Play Reflog Show. Today is Monday, March 2nd, 2020. I am your host, Big Play Dave, alongside my main man, Mr. Chris McNeil.
Welcome to March, Dave. Here we are.
We made it. How's it going, my friend?
Good. How are you doing?
I am fantastic. And Breezy Clee, back in action. How are you?
2 in a row. Hi, guys. I'm doing
look
great.
At that. I love it.
I'm working overtime.
That's right. PR for her.
Hey, so we were a few minutes late, so we are going to get right into tonight's show. So we're going to kick things off with the one and only Mr. Frank Caliendo coming in, talking some Cleveland sports. He's blowing up all over Twitter. Then we will walk you through all the Cleveland sports headlines, courtesy of our friends at Cleveland Clothing Company. Whole lot to discuss here. We got Indians update in spring training. Joe Schobert's gone. Kirko with some cryptic tweets out there. Our linebacking core might be looking a whole lot different come the 2020 season. And we'll talk a little bit about the Combine as well, and a preview of me versus Nuggets.
That's right.
Saturday night.
This weekend.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll then get into Power Rank Monday. We are power ranking our favorite comic book characters ahead of this weekend's Wizard World Cleveland Comic-Con here in Cleveland, Ohio. Hit you with a couple Would You Rathers, and then we will give you our bold predictions for the week. Are you guys ready for our interview time? Cross your fingers. Let's see if this actually works. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Bye, Dave.
Goodbye.
Yeah, talk to you in a little bit.
We'll see if this goes through. What could go wrong? Here we go. All right. So on the line, we have the legendary man, Frank Caliendo. Frank, are you there?
Yes, you're so lucky to have me.
Hey, and it's working.
Every single thing that we tried tonight didn't work, your podcast, yours live stream, my podcast, which we're going to record right after this. Nothing is working, and both of us did major tests last night, and nothing is happening. Even Stephen A. Smurf is like, I'm incredulous to this entire situation. It is unsmurfingly, smurfaliciously rudimentary. I got nothing. I should have practiced my Smurf stuff.
Where did you get that? Where did you get that Smurf?
Don't talk over me. Do you understand? Don't talk over me. I'm a legend. People keep calling me a legend. I'm not going to talk again. It's so awkward because I'm still trying.
Do you know what's funny about that? I was typing in your little title for our Twitter show here, and I put the legend, and I was like, well, he might not want to retweet that because he's humble, and I don't know. Well, I'm going to take it out.
No, it's not that I'm humble. I truly believe that I'm a legend, but I'm a living legend. Nobody's saying living anymore. It's like I've been done for a while, which I kind of had been. But I'm making a comeback. I'm working hard, training, saying my prayers, eating my vitamins like all the little Frankomaniacs out there. Let me tell you something, brother. My manager, Stephen A. Smurf, I knew it would be. I would Smurf my way back in here.
See, you're blowing up on Twitter. What sparked this resurgence of Frank Caliendo on the internets?
Well, part of it is I just hadn't been doing much, and I realized that nobody was recognizing who I was anymore. My co-host is over here waiting to come in because he's just gonna. All they saw was your hand, and my co-host was here, and we were just doing Madden and Summerall narrating an adult thriller, so to speak, before we got on, and
he's deep inside her, John.
I mean, I don't think he's got. Boom, he's done.
There's too many guys in this film, John.
I mean, one guy started coming in there, and there was another guy, and then another guy, and then look at the size of that thing.
It appears to be snowing on that girl.
No, that's not snowpack.
Oh, yes, this is going to take a weird turn.
No, it's little flakes that looks like snow that they put down because you can't have real snow because it would melt.
Tonight on Murder, She Fucked.
Jesus.
Oh, and here we go.
Yeah, I'm basically clean. Holmberg, not at all.
Yes, and tune into the the Frank Caliendo cast for more of him as well. Frank, I was looking through some articles in the past when you were here. I think at Hilarities a couple years back or last year, and they mentioned you had some Cleveland connections. What's your connection here in Cleveland?
My wife grew up in Lorraine.
No way. Okay.
Yeah, West Side. So we even had a place in Avon Lake for a while.
We're in Bay Village.
A lot of big stars get a second home in Malibu. I got a place in Avon Lake, Ohio, Chachi. I mean, I'm going down to smell sap on you.
Did you ever go to Jake's on the Lake?
Yes. Yes, you can it's upstairs. Is that the thing where it's upstairs?
Kind of.
No, I thought there was like an upstairs. Like it's a.
You walk
Right?
upstairs. Yeah, you walk upstairs. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've been there. I've been to a couple places on the lake, and Jake's on the lake. If we were multiple lakes, that'd be even better. Jake's on the lakes. What are you looking around for? What's happening that I'm missing?
Are you talking to me, Frank?
Yeah, you tell me what you're doing at all times. Do you understand?
I'm looking at my co-hosts here. They're all around the studio. All right,
sorry, I forgot
leave me alone.
Yeah, I don't see everything.
And the technical stuff is going very well, so don't even worry about that. Did your family ever try to make you become a Browns fan?
No, because they weren't.
Fair enough.
No, yeah, I mean, not really. My wife does try and brainwash our kids into the Cleveland Browns stuff. And they've jumped on boards. My daughter jumps on board a little bit more than my son. In terms of the Cavaliers, we were big fans, especially. You remember there was a guy there, LeBron James? Did you ever heard of him?
I kind of remember that name. Yeah.
So I gave a speech they were out in Phoenix, and I gave a speech. The LeBron letter that I read on Mike and Mike years ago.
I remember that.
The Morgan Freeman thing. And then I met LeBron at the Phoenix Suns game. Remember he took that? Oh, we got a poor connection. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
You can still see me?
I can see you.
Well, you've morphed into the words poor connection. The video will resume automatically when connection improves.
This is going swimmingly.
This is what happens in Japan, John.
So, where were? Oh yeah. So I went and joked around with the team, and they won the NBA title that year. So there were jokes on the inside that I was the reason that happened. None of the players had anything to do with it. It was mostly me just telling jokes. And
that was the Morgan Freeman, right?
Kyrie and LeBron worked together.
Now, if you did a Morgan Freeman with Colin Sexton or Darius Garland, do you think there's any chance that the Cavs could win the title this year?
Yes. 2 players just to destroying the NBA one bucket at a time. That's what this duo is all about. It doesn't get any stronger than this. Is Tristan Thompson still there? I can't remember. Tristan Thompson. Is he? I remember, Sonny, when we used to get. LeBron ordered the team to bring on Tristan Thompson, and now LeBron's gone.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Frank, what's your favorite impression to do? Is there any that you don't like doing? Were you nervous we were going to come out here and just be like, hey, do Gruden, do Madden?
No, I don't care. I mean, the old ones, I mean, the Madden stuff gets really old to me, but as long as people like it. I can't believe that doing those narrations of Madden and Summerall breaking stuff down, I couldn't believe how much people were going crazy for it. It was unbelievable. I thought it was way too old, and this nostalgia is just really. I guess I haven't done it for such a long time, and I found out people really missed Madden and Summerall. It was kind of weird.
Yeah. Now, Bree, we're gonna see if my co-host Bree if you can hear her. She wants to ask you a question because you were putting out some content with your daughter here. Bree, go ahead. Talk super loud.
Frank.
Yes.
So I've seen this stuff with your daughter, and you've kind of talked about being a girl dad. What does your daughter make of all of this? Is she going to follow in your footsteps?
I can't really tell. I asked her if she wanted to be an actress, and she said, no, I want to be famous. Actually, she said, no, I want to be a star. She has no interest in being an actress. She just wants to go all the way to the top and be super famous, which apparently you can do. Gruden actually turned to me. He's like, I saw your daughter doing that impression, man. That's pretty good right there. I think she does it better than you. You know who else does it better than you? Gunther. Yeah, man. I was like, what? Okay, what does that mean? Nothing. But Gunther's a good guy, man. He's my DC, man. We're not even in Washington. See how I worked that together? That stream of consciousness, man. Like Robin Williams, The World According to Garp.
So, Frank, I was listening to your podcast, Frank Caliendo Cast, and you were talking about you went to a concert, Aerosmith, with John Gruden. Are you guys friends?
Yeah, and I even leaned over to him. I go, "Is this keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer?" And this is what he said. No, we love you, man. I was like, "Who's we? Are there other Gruden minions?" That was the thing. Holmberg and I think John actually came up with it. He had the Burr minions. We've got Gru and the Burr minions. So the Burr minions are just a bunch of little guys. Gruden's like, yes, man. What is that? A fart gun, man?
Say what you will, but that was the number one minion I've ever seen in my entire life. It's what we do. Nobody circles the minions like the
What's his least favorite thing about the impression that you do of him?
Gruden? I don't think
Gruden.
he cares. No, I don't think there's any.
Not even the hair.
No, because we don't mess too much with the hair. I mean, I try and. It's funny because Berman years ago actually said to me, he's like, when you're gonna do the Gruden, you're gonna do the hair thing. I was like, hey, would you like it if I did that with you? Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. I don't know what this is, but in the FaceTime, it's really funny to watch me doing this to myself. Yeah.
Zoom in super close. I love it.
It's Berman tug of war. Berman Grover. Far.
I'm so glad we have this on video.
Yeah. Well, that's why I wanted video. You guys.
Yeah, right.
The funny thing was you wanted me to call. I'm like, I don't want to call because the video aspect of it is so much more fun. But then you had all these your ideas were all controversial ideas. I'm like, I can't do that. I'll get fired from everything I do.
So this was like, Chris. This was this guy. This was Chris McNeil shooting me DMs, and he's like, hey, ask Frank if he'll do this. And I was like, I don't think he's going to do that.
Oh yeah, when I first started, I would have done anything. I used to do just about everything, and now I have too many things riding on it. So I'm really careful about a lot of the stuff I do until Holmberg stops in, and then it just all goes. And then I blame it on him.
Oh, I love it, Chris. Get a question in here to Mr. Frank Caliendo. Let's see if we can hear you.
Well, can you even hear me?
Not at all. Can't hear a word.
This is great. So hey, Charles Barkley made news here a couple of weeks ago after, I don't know if you heard, the Cavs, John Beilein left the team, the head coach, right halfway through the season. Charles Barkley kind of blamed the players. Where'd you come out on it?
Okay,
well,
so
the problem is that these guys are really, really bad. It doesn't matter who's coaching. You could have Red Auerbach coaching. It doesn't matter. The problem with what's happening with these guys is they can't make a basket, they don't play defense, and nobody really cares. They got to work and figure it out, or nothing's ever going to be there. Don't be a bunch of knuckleheads. Just get LeBron back. You have a chance.
Write us a letter. Write a letter. Bring him back again.
And LeBron's coming home again, Sonny. I tell you what, man, we love LeBron. Till we burn his jerseys, then we go buy him again, then we burn him again, man. To tell you what, I grew up in Sandusky, Ohio, at least for a while, man. You guys want to go to Cedar Point? Let's have some fun. Let's go on some coasters, man.
Oh, my goodness. Frank, I was watching College Hoops the other week, and they're going out of commercial break, and I hear Stephen A. Smith on there. I'm like, all right, what's he doing? And they zoom in on the booth, and it's you doing Stephen A.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I literally thought it was
that
him.
During the Walton thing?
It was, I think, yes. So you were on with Walton,
I was probably reading some type of tease or something like that as Stephen A. Here's what Stephen A., they gave him this huge contract, and now he's on everything. He is a bona fide star.
Oh, yeah.
But it's so funny to watch him do the NBA stuff where he's hosting, and he's not just... He used to just come in with little, moments, and now he's like, "Here we are at the NBA extravaganza," and we're like, "You got 2 more hours of this, Stephen A. You're going to be Stephen A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way through Z, and then double up on it and come back around." I just make faces while you laugh.
Dude, the face ones are killing me. They're killing me here. All right, so we have an event coming up here in Cleveland, Ohio.
I can't make it.
It's Wizard World Cleveland. Does that change your mind?
I love Wizard World, actually.
Yeah, so that's coming here this weekend. And
cool.
My favorite impression that you do that I literally just found out about is the Avengers. Are you and your kiddos...
You know what? Here's the thing. That's more than one. That's a bunch of impressions. Okay, right now I'm doing Tony Stark, the leader of the Avengers, a group of extraordinary people all brought together, and then we do a little Steve Rogers. I tell you what, I might start to go Gruden to Steve Rogers. I tell you what, man, I'm Captain America, man. Look out for my Raider Shield commitment to vibranium, man.
They are rebooting that character, so I think Gruden might be a good move there.
Gruden and the Winter Soldier, man. Tell you what, I'll give my shield to Falcon. I'll give my visor to Falcon, man.
How tough? So how tough is it when you're doing an impression set with all of the Avengers, or no matter who it is? How hard is it to switch between those in one video that you're doing?
It's incredibly hard. It's amazing that I pulled it off. I'm going to be honest with you. He's just laughing at me. No, it's one of those things where I did a bunch of takes on that, maybe somewhere between 700 and 800. And there were little things that I didn't like. And I haven't really practiced a lot of it since then. But I just kept going back and forth. And I was working on the Steve Rogers for a while, the Captain America. And I kept doing the speech from Endgame that 5 years ago we lost, all of us. We lost friends. We lost family. We lost a part of ourselves. That whole thing. So I kept doing that over and over and over. And then Thor was like, Loki, my brother. And then Loki is, I am Loki of Asgard. And I'm burdened with glorious purpose. Well, that's great for people who enjoy glorious purpose. I'd much rather you just be spontaneously interesting. Okay? So for me, I don't know. I get them committed to, I guess, memory, and it's like muscle memory. So I could just go from Morgan Freeman to some kind of John Gruder, John Madden to Loki of Asgard, and it's just all, pretty amazing.
Oh wow!
The people
that was
don't
rapid
know me right
fire.
Now are gonna be like, he is so full of himself. It's a joke. I don't even like me. I struggle. I'm watching myself in FaceTime this whole time as I see the little version of me, and I'm actually that size. I'm 3 apples high, just like the Smurfs. But I look at myself and I'm like, God, I am an idiot. Look at what moron. I'm just doing all this stupid stuff. But I don't know. I got completely thrown off when
this is the internet.
All the technical stuff started going. But I'm having a blast. I really like just talking and filling airtime.
Well, that's what we're doing, and we had a plan going into this, and then
what was it?
I don't remember.
I'm sorry if I ruined it.
I don't remember. We were really trying to get your co-host on more. This was just a ploy to get him.
Yeah. Here we'll do Trump and Trump. That's tremendous. It's really, really great.
It's pretty amazing to have two of us at once. I'm very excited. Pretty good. We're pretty good together.
Very, very good. I can feel your allergies happening right now.
Two are better than one. That's what I say. Build a wall around all this pollen so my allergies go away.
It's incredible. We right now we got the tissue factory, not Kleenex. That's a name brand. We're doing our own tissues, Trump tissues.
Really amazing. We put Pence in charge of the coronavirus. I still got it.
I don't know if that was applause or just paper. Was it raining?
It's sort of raining in Cleveland, isn't it?
So 2020 Twitterverse. So when you do impressions like Trump like that, do you have just a bunch of people coming after you? Is it like, I know you just do it because to be silly. Like there's no agenda to that.
Yeah, I try to stay away from the actual politics of it.
Yeah.
But some people try to make it something, and I'm just like, I don't know, man. I make, like, on both sides. People come out, you're not mean enough. I'll get that, and other people are like, how can you make fun of the president? I'm like, it's been done forever. So any president. So. But Trump just gives you something every day. Look out for the coronavirus. I believe it's the Adam Carolla virus. Look out for that as well. It's got witty anecdotes and incredible analogies.
It is Adam Carolla is not a virus. It's a podcast. I'm not sure that this guy. I don't know.
I didn't even know he did that. That's incredibly wonderful. I actually did know. I knew it. And it was kind of a setup right in here the entire time.
I could tell when you looked at me that I'm it's almost as if you have like 6th sense and you tell me you want it and then I bring it and I don't want to, so I'm out.
So for the people who haven't tuned into your podcast, is this the podcast?
This is what it's a lot like, yeah.
Yeah.
We started out talking about...
Only taller, I will say that.
Yeah.
The podcast is up here.
Yeah.
We're really low right now.
Yeah, we shrunk it because I didn't want the phone facing upwards, so I just looked, kind of this kind of neck thing the whole time that I'm demonstrating for you. So all the impressions, I'll tell you what, man.
It is kind of firelish. I tell you what, but I tell you what, man, right here, I keep Gunther right in here, man. He does all of his defensive coordination. That's actually really hard to do with your neck and neck position. Okie dokie.
Oh, that is incredible. Frank, you're looking good, man. You look like Joe
Yeah.
Thomas.
Yeah, do I look like he's really gotten in shape? It's funny when you see a lot of these guys leave the NFL and they're not taking the protein powders and all that stuff and just beefing up all the time, and they start to lean out because they still work out. And you're like, holy cow, where are you gonna keep all that skin?
Right.
But he actually looks really great. I've seen a couple guys that they trimmed down and it was like, wow, that's.
He's approaching that weirdness level. Like if he loses another 10 pounds, he's got trouble.
And I actually really enjoy him. The work he's been doing, I think at NFL Network, I've seen a bunch of times, and he's finding a groove. I think he's doing a really great job.
Yeah, and he's got the Tomahawk podcast out there as well. So
yeah.
Obviously we love him here in Cleveland as well. Now Chris had one more impression, then we'll get you out of here. I know you got to do your podcast. Everyone go check out Frank's podcast. Frank Caliendo Cast, available.
And you can go to caliendocast.com, and you can find me on all the social media at Frank Caliendo if you can't spell the word.
Whoa.
Oh, we just lose you, Frank? Up, Frank, reconnecting right during his plug.
Right. Part of the bit.
Wow. That was amazing. It sounded like he blew up.
Yeah. Wait, he's calling back, but it's on my Apple iWatch. This is going swimmingly.
Just hold your watch up to the microphone.
I don't think that'll work. Hold on.
This is fantastic.
This is awful.
I hear it.
See if it. Oh, he's back.
Did you guys right in the middle of my plug? That's the whole thing. Right. What I probably should have done was a gym room pause and said that's what we were doing, just waiting for it to happen. How great is this? The big play row flog. What is going on with is that what it is? Row flog? Roflog?
Reflog. It's just
Reflog.
golfer backwards.
What is it?
Golfer backwards.
Golfer. How great is that? Almost the Harry Carey saying the name backwards, but instead of going with the name of a participant in the sport, you're going with the sport itself. Reflog. Took me a second, but I got it. How great is that? How great is that? Think about the time, the effort. What is happening here? The refog. Caliendo unable to understand. This is a guy who believed from the beginning that he knew that Haley Joel Osment could see dead people. I don't believe it now. What do we need? Tony Romo. Oh, Jim, I saw it the entire time. It's incredible and amazing and amazingly, incredibly, amazingly wonderful. And, I'm just going to go count my money, Jim. Back it up, Jim. No. The Brinks truck, Jim. Jim. Here we go, Jim. I think this thing's just gone full circle. I mean, I don't know what he's talking about. I'll tell you what, man. When Caliendo doesn't have a joke, he just goes from voice to voice. That's when they realized this was all just a giant magic trick. Oh, Jim, you got to see magic tricks with me. I give them all away.
Just moments ago, Tony signed $17 million. Tony?
Oh, Jim, it was incredible. Every single second of it, it's really, really difficult to make this much money. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Well, let's go down to the field now and check with a bitter sideline reporter.
Wow. Geez, you guys even have air conditioning down there?
You guys are the best. That was hilarious. I know you guys have to get going, but
yeah,
Frank,
thank you very much. Sorry about all the technical stuff. I do appreciate you having us on.
It's all your fault.
John Holmberg, Frank Caliendo, caliendocast.com. If you can't spell Caliendo, it's the letter C, the word alien, the word do. So at Frank C. Alien do. And I appreciate it. We'll try this again, and we'll try and do it with technical specifications that are
from the future.
From the future. I've been there, Jim. Yeah, I got my DeLorean, flux capacitated. Oh, it was incredible.
Oh, greatly appreciated. Go check him out at Frank Caliendo.
Awkward wave.
And there's the wave. Goodbye.
And we are out.
Nice work. Thanks, Frank. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, guys.
Oh,
He
my
shuts off.
goodness.
Dissolve.
Hold on. Oh, God, I'm sweating.
That was amazing. Are we back? Are we back now?
We're
Can
back.
people hear me?
Yeah, they can hear you now. Sorry about that.
That's okay. That's okay. That was fantastic. The Jim Rome. Yes. What a way to end it.
What do you call? Hold on, I gotta adjust all these now. There we go. Okay. What do you call you, Raflog?
Reflog.
You went with about 5 different pronunciations. It was fantastic.
Reflog.
We're gonna have to cut that up into some promos.
Oh yes,
Make
we
my head
will.
swell a little bit. That was really good.
That was
Really
funny.
good.
I was like, all right, let's go into it. Let's not ask for too many impressions right off the bat. I'm sure he gets that a lot. Let's talk about some things. And then it was just literally every single impression he's ever done. That was impressive. The going back and forth between like 6 different ones there.
I don't know how he does it.
I have no
Yeah.
idea. No idea.
Knows where he's at. I mean, I would get completely lost over what the original intent and where I was going. That was amazing.
Yeah,
Ad-libbing too.
that's right.
Yeah.
Go check him out at Frank Caliendo. His podcast's hilarious. They're going to be recording it right now. I'm sure it'll be out tomorrow. Go check it out. Apple, Google Play, Spotify, wherever wherever podcasts are. The Frank Caliendo Cast. Good stuff. And check him out at frankcaliendocast.com. All right. Are you guys ready to talk some headlines quickly?
Yes, I am.
See if anything else goes wrong. Here we go.
Is the show still up, by the way? I was looking on Twitter. It doesn't seem to be working all that well.
Oh,
FYI.
really?
Uh-huh. About halfway through. So hopefully we're capturing all this audio for the
we
podcast.
record it all. So
Beautiful.
we'll
Cannot lose this gold.
No, we have it all. Let me I'm just checking to make sure we're still out there. Yeah, I see us.
Okay, it must just be on my feed. I got Frank kind of halfway, his mouth's halfway agape, and I'm not even sure. I think he's in between impressions, so he's got kind of a Clinton look versus kind of okay.
Correct.
Oh,
yeah.
are we frozen? I
How
don't
did
remember.
I'm
All right,
sorry if I ruined it.
I don't
tried to-
remember. Hold on.
Oh, I think Frank's still in.
No,
Can
that
Frank
was
still
me.
hear me.
That was me just playing it.
Oh,
Hold on.
the show's going on.
This is going so
Yeah, it was.
so
He's like,
well.
I'm sorry if I ruined it. I'm like, no. You didn't do anything wrong. We screwed up. That was us.
Right? Yeah, literally everything that could have went wrong. So that was great.
That's good. I mean, at least we did it on a little guest, you know?
Right, yeah, exactly.
All
It's like,
right.
hey, let's just try bringing on
Best
another.
foot forward.
Good Lord. All right. Let's see.
That's good. That'll give everybody, this is kind of a taste. Then they'll have to go back and listen to the podcast, which is going to be fantastic. That's
Yeah,
what's
there
gonna
we
happen.
go. And we're not going to edit it at all. All right, let's move on. I hope we're still out there on Twitter. I'm just checking. Come on.
Are you guys gone
I
too?
can.
Are you
Did
back?
we
on.
lose Dave?
Are you there?
David.
Yeah, we're here. We're ready to go.
Okay, hold on one sec. It was acting all screwy there. All right, let's go.
So, Dave, you know what we've got coming up in just a few weeks?
What's
That's where
that?
you talk, Dave. There you go. That's good interaction. We got the Indians home opener, which good tickets are still available, folks. And so now is the best time to restock your Tribe gear from the Cleveland Clothing Company. Check out their selection of shirts, sunglasses, hats, and more. Maybe not sunglasses. You may not need those for that particular date. No matter what you are looking for, though, be sure to visit any of their locations downtown at East 4th, in Akron at the Summit Mall, East Side in University Circle, and over here by the Big Play Studio at Crocker Park, or shop online at clevelandclothingco.com. And be sure to use our promo code BIGPLAY20 to get your 20% off on the site.
That's right. Go check them out. All right, reports came out. Joe Schobert not coming back to the Browns for the 2020 season. He had third most tackles in the AFC last season, 4 picks, 2 forced fumbles, 2 sacks. This past season, ranked as the 48th best linebacker out there from our friends, the nerds over at Pro Football Focus. Probably going to see a little bit more Mac, Taki. Bree, curious your thoughts on Schobert. We talked a little bit about last week. It seems like now is the case. He's not going to be back.
I can't say I'm surprised, honestly, at them walking from Schobert. Now, I will say I am a little bit worried about our defensive make. We have a lot of needs on defense. So I'm not sure what they're going to do here, but I'm a huge Mac Wilson stan. So I'm going to roll with him, and then maybe we can pick up someone in free agency, or who knows? We've got a draft coming up here.
Chris, where do you fall on this?
I'm not going to freak out like I have in the past about losing a guy who I really liked, because I did. I liked the guy. I thought he was a leader on defense for us. But This is what you get. New regime. Your players are going to leave. Players that you like. Every regime's got the people that they want and the people they want in place. And this regime is going to change that up again. And that's what we see. So it's just, it's kind of disheartening. I had my son actually come up to me. He goes, "Dad, they're not going to get rid of him, right? He's ranked like 80. He's got like an 82 overall in Madden or something. He's pretty
right?
good."
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, but I think they're going to get rid of him." So,
but I feel
sure
like
enough, they did.
I feel like the Browns do this every year to us. Like, we have an above-average player, and instead of signing him with all the money that we have, that we could easily extend a contract to him for $10 million, where it wouldn't dramatically affect us signing players like Myles Garrett or Baker Mayfield down the road. Like, I don't understand why we drop a player when we could have signed him, and then when we go into the draft come April, it's just like we're trying to get back to square one where we were last year. It makes me so mad. Like, why not just sign him?
Come on. Because we have got to maintain our lead with cap space. That's the biggest thing that we care about in Cleveland is cap space, that and draft picks. We want to consistently lead the league in those 2 categories, and this helps us do that, Dave. Come on.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
It's maddening, right? We keep getting draft picks. We keep clearing cap space to get all this talent. Then we finally get some of the talent, and now we're jettisoning talent again. I don't know. It's maddening to be a Browns fan.
I'm just going to play devil's advocate, though, for a little bit.
Here she goes. Devil's advocate walking in.
Well, I too like Joe Schobert as a man, as a leader. I think he was a solid guy in the locker room on the defensive side. But I will say, I do feel like his productivity declined during that second half of the season when we started losing multiple players on the defense. So it was like his play kind of suffered with all the talent around him going away. He couldn't quite sustain the aggressiveness or the takeaways that he was getting at the beginning of the season. So I will say, like, when you look at that backside of the season, I don't know if he warrants that price tag. That's all.
No, he probably doesn't, but we have so much money. I just don't get, like, hey, if we have an average to above average to a good player, why not keep him?
We want more than average, Dave.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. No comment. What do you guys make of Christian Kirksey? You think he's going to be back? He was tweeting out today some cryptic tweets, blessing in disguise. Is that a guy, Bree, that you'd like to have back?
This one's interesting because you assume that we would sign Schobert and let Kirksey walk.
Right.
But now it almost feels like the opposite's going to happen, and Kirksey can barely keep himself on the field. So I don't know if they think that they're going to save money because he never plays, so nobody else will want him. But it's an interesting tactic because he's been injured the last 2 years, right? We haven't really seen much of him.
Right. Yeah, he hasn't played at all. Another player I like, who was another guy who, when the Browns were horrible, was one of our better players.
It's just refreshing to me, Dave, to get cryptic tweet. Easy for me to say, right?
Wow,
cryptic
nailed
tweets.
it. You're like our
Cryptic
technology
tweets.
tonight.
Easy to say. That's right. Yeah, that was the technology that was glitching, not
You
me. actually
buffered,
talking.
Chris.
Yeah, I buffered. Buffering. Wait. No, cryptic tweet. I can't even say. You know what? Just screw it. Just go on. It wasn't that original of a thought anyway.
Our greatest show ever.
That was amazing. Well, no. Around this time of the year, every single year, what would happen? LeBron James would start sending out cryptic tweets. And now we've got those back with Christian Kirksey. So thank you for bringing those back. There was all I wanted to say. That was it.
Nailed it.
That was it.
Chris, I will say the volume on that comment by you was perfect.
Was it right? Finally.
Yes. The levels were
Buffering.
fantastic.
Just in
Buffer.
time to catch your error.
That's right. Bray, we had the NFL Combine. Saw some pretty interesting players. Did you watch it all? And any players that you'd like to see fall to us at 10 from the Combine?
You know, I'm embarrassed and ashamed to admit this, but on Friday night, after stopping at my local church to get some fish fry takeout,
Yes.
I turned on the NFL Combine to watch the offensive lineman drills. And I thought to myself, really doesn't get much better than this, does it?
Crazy Friday night.
Crazy Friday night. So yeah, I'm the type of person that I know that the combine and the workouts really truly mean nothing except maybe identifying some athletic ability. But when it comes to actual NFL play, it doesn't necessarily mean that these players are going to be superstars in the league. We've seen this time and time again be trumped. But I have a really hard time not getting really excited about some of these things. So I was all over Wirfs, who I believe is a guard, offensive lineman. He just showed out at the combine. So I literally was like, please, Browns, draft him. But I also wanted DK Metcalf last year, if you guys remember, just based on his picture that he posted on Twitter. So I got to calm myself down.
Fair enough. He actually, you know what? Me and Chris, I think, were kind of ripping on him because he had no agility at the combine.
Remember,
he actually turned out to be a pretty decent player.
That's right. Everyone was making fun of him because he could only run routes in a straight line, and he flourished. Kicked our butts.
Might have something to do with Russell Wilson, but who knows?
True.
Yeah.
Fair.
Chris, any players out there that you really had your eye on, or what position would you like to see at number 10? Or do you want to trade down?
Well, come on. Let's trade down 3 times and take a center. That's on.
Could we
brand for
trade for cap space?
Kicker.
Trade for cap space. Wouldn't that be great? We could lead in both categories. Pick up a couple of late picks on top of it. I want to see linemen. I want to see linemen. I mean, it's pretty boring, but I want to protect Baker this year. So, I didn't watch a second of the combine. I'm not going to lie and say I did. I didn't have a rocking Friday night like Bree. I did get my fish though. I did get my fish. I went with the kiddos, got my fish.
There you go.
And I was by far, between me and the kids, the youngest person there. So it was amazing. Yeah. It was awesome. My kids are like, can we get out of here? This is kind of creepy. Because we went to a church. For some reason, my church didn't have a fish fry this Friday. I don't know why. So we went to a different church, and apparently it was mostly a retirement community. So it was interesting. But in any case, I did not watch the NFL Combine after that. And but I do want to see the Browns go interior in the draft early.
I like it. I'm checking in with the comments here. So Frank's face did freeze, but it was only for about 10 minutes, so that's not bad.
Still showing frozen on my screen.
Is it?
Whenever I go over there, it's still Frank.
Yeah. So they're saying it is back now on Periscope and YouTube. Thanks, John. We appreciate it always. Nick, thanks. Appreciate that. Papa Cap says fire the IT guy. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding.
That's Dave, guys.
That is me. It's the Chris and Bree show. Yes.
That's right.
All right. Let's keep it going. Let's talk a little Indians real quick.
Oh, yes. Yes.
What everybody wants to talk about.
Yes.
Our Cleveland Indians are 3-8 in the Cactus League. Record obviously doesn't matter. But, Chris, we've been wanting to talk real baseball for quite some time now. Who stood out to you so far in spring training?
Oh, is there any question, Dave?
I know it's coming.
Assassin, baby. First home run, second home run for Bobby Bradley. My man, it is good to see that sweet, sweet stroke in action once again for Bobby Bradley. Love to see that. Looking good, right?
Yeah,
this is our guy.
Only 2
this is our guy.
strikeouts.
This is what I had hoped for last year when he was called up and couldn't hit anything. Looking good early.
Yeah,
And
Ben
Reyes,
333. Yep. So my guy, Franmil Reyes, the guy who's dropping weight, 2 home runs, 4 doubles.
Frank Caliendo.
He's
all kinds of
yeah, right. He stole a base. Franmil Reyes has stolen a base in spring training. Did not think that was ever going to come to fruition. But yeah, here it is. Bree, Lindor.
Yes.
Looking
my guy.
pretty good. He's betting 545 here in spring training.
Yeah, of course he is.
And now we're going to owe him $900 million.
Exactly. Of course.
Are we going to sell out that opening day, by the way?
No way.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's
They
amazing.
didn't hire me back as being their influencer. Do you remember when you guys made fun of me last year?
Your clip art jersey. I remember it.
Must have failed them.
So they haven't brought you on board for this season yet officially as an influencer?
No, that must be a cutting budget.
Oh, so then there's no reason for you to be positive all year,
right.
assuming that things don't go the way we want them to.
Yeah,
so
I'm mad at them.
When is the last
It's gonna
time
be
that
Dark Side Bree?
Right. When's the last time it didn't sell out opening day?
1964.
Wow.
Really? No way.
I just pulled it out. I have no
You
idea.
just made that up.
Chris.
Everybody was so excited about the Browns that year. They knew that they were going to go and win the championship. I don't know. Do you guys have that? See, when you ask a question
Where's
like
your
that, you're supposed to ask. You're supposed to know the answer. My intern hasn't been here for 3 months. I don't know. I should probably check on my intern.
Kind of like me. Okay. Fair.
Yeah, exactly. I just figured he was on the Bree plan. He'll just show up whenever the hell he wants to.
Let's move on to the Cleveland Cavaliers here. They are 3-3 since JB Bickerstaff took over as the head coach. Started 3-1, by the way.
Updated, Dave?
They're playing tonight. Are they winning or losing?
No.
Is it over?
Correction, they played tonight.
Is it over?
Lost 126-113 to the Jazz at home.
Ouch.
The Cavs are 3-4 since JB Bickerstaff took over as head coach. How do you think this is going to play out, Chris? Do you feel like JB Bickerstaff's getting this team back on track? They seem to be playing a little. They're not playing like slugs.
He better not be. I mean, come on. We need to tank. This is the NBA.
Don't
be turning this thing around. Do not try that. Don't get any ideas. I mean, hey, it's great if he gets these young players playing well, but if he turns this thing around and we end up like middle of the road, that's going to be problematic. We need to continue with the tank. Keep focus, Cavs.
Yeah. I mean, you think with Andre Drummond coming on, they would be doing a little bit better. Bree, have you been watching this? Have you watched JB Bickerstaff? It seems like they're playing a little bit harder for him.
Yeah, I've watched a couple. I honestly have a really hard time making it through an entire game. I'm not gonna lie, but
I'm with you there.
I will say it does look like they're actually enjoying playing together, which didn't seem to be the case prior to the trade. Did you see the stat, though? I have to bring this up because I did watch the beginning of the game tonight. Jordan Clarkson, my guy, who obviously no longer plays for the Cavs, he's on the Jazz. He is averaging post-trade 36 points coming off of the bench. Is that not incredible?
He's a good player. That's why we had to get rid of him.
That's right. We did.
I feel like when everything was coming out with Beeline, I think he was one of the main culprits at the time.
He might have been.
I remember, because I remember a couple stories came out with Beeline, and they all had pictures of Jordan Clarkson as the featured image, if you will.
You
So
can't
good
tame
for
Jordan
him.
Clarkson.
Good for him. All right, so
The fun part about the Cavs tonight is I think they had a total of 7 players. Like they had 2 guys off the bench. That was it. Like they had nobody. So great. Sexton though had 32 points, career high.
Yeah, he's been playing well.
He's a good player. He's a fantastic player. I just don't know what they're going to do with him. But we have more pressing issues to talk about with basketball and our Cleveland Cavaliers. We got me versus Nuggets Saturday night. We got our buddy Sir Yacht joining the show. How many, Chris, did he eat last time? Was it 90? And then subtract 2?
Yeah. He had to take off a few at the end. He had a reversal of fortune, unfortunately, and that was it. He didn't beat the Nuggets. We didn't have any winners in round 1, did we?
No,
I don't think there was anybody on the internet internationally that was able to get it done. So we will see. This is usually the way it goes. The first time around, everybody kind of taps out early. The second one, it seems like they've got more of a game plan, better strategy, and then we have some winners. So we'll see what happens Saturday.
Bree, how many nuggets could you eat?
10.
10.
Okay.
10, that's it.
So a 10-piece, like a regular
A
meal.
10-piece, yeah.
With our defense, that's like a minute and a half right there.
Yeah.
Chris, how many could you eat? Are you going to do it this time around or no?
No, I'm not. I really think I could do it. One of these times I would like to try it because I think I could probably do it because I could put down some food. And, I figure if I work out a little bit beforehand, do some running, run a few miles, then I'll come in with an empty stomach, starve myself. But the problem is then about halftime, I'll probably just feel like crap, just absolute crap. But I could probably power through it.
Does it have to be McDonald's nuggets or can it be Chick-fil-A?
So traditionally, Bree, it is McDonald's nuggets. That's the way it's established by the godfather of it, Wayne Embry's kids, who came up with this whole thing. He came up with the rules back in the day, and those are the ones that we abide by now. I think it was 2002 was the first Me vs. Nuggets off the top of my head, so about 8 years, something like that.
Wow, it's been going on that long. Wow.
Yeah. I was going to say, if it's Chick-fil-A nuggets, you can probably put me down for 20.
Yeah,
there
2012 is what I said 2012, right?
I believe so.
Or did I glitch out again?
Yeah, no, it was perfect. It was awesome. I feel like if I did it, I would switch them up. I'd go like Wendy's, McDonald's, maybe some Chick-fil-A in there. I don't know.
Homemade nuggets are the tough ones. Not homemade, but the ones you get out of the bag that you heat up. That's kind of tough, like the banquet and those.
Yeah.
I mean, that just seems like that's a tough one. That's a tough duty. Can't really do that.
Yeah,
I could see doing the McDonald's. Wendy's, I think I could probably power through pretty easily. Chick-fil-A, but yeah. I don't know. Maybe sometime we'll have to power rank those.
There we go. Well, let's get into some power rank. Great transition there, Chris.
It's radio, baby.
It's time for some Power Rank Monday.
It's time for Power Rank Monday.
All right, so we have Wizard World Comic-Con coming here this weekend to Cleveland, Ohio.
Dave, you and I are going, right?
I think we're going. This is going to be fun. Bree, do you want to go?
Are you guys dressing up?
We haven't talked about it.
Yeah,
we'll have to,
we haven't planned.
We'll have matching outfits.
Oh, boy.
So
Batman and Robin, who would be Batman, who would be Robin? That's the debate, right?
You're going Batman. That's Ben Affleck Batman.
You'd be my Robin. Yes. I'm going to need a crafted suit. It's definitely going to have to be molded, very molded.
I didn't know this type of stuff ever came to Cleveland. Like, Shaq News told me about it, and I was like, yes, we are absolutely in. This sounds fantastic.
Oh, yeah. This is always great people watching. I know there was one in Columbus. They have all kinds of wizard cons and stuff like that. There was one in Columbus last year that was great. I was going through with my kids for I think it was a Jurassic World or something they had for dinosaurs. And I had to walk through all these people. They're all dressed up. And my kids are like, what is going on? I'm like, oh, this is Comic-Con. This is fun stuff. And they were they couldn't believe it. It was pretty wild. Quite a scene to take in, Dave.
Yeah, so we're going to power rank our top 3 favorite comic book characters. Bree, I'm going to start with you because I knew you were huge into comics growing up.
I will say that I was not, but I do have a few that jumped out at me.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with number 3. Any Avenger character.